All right, what's up, y'all? I'm just out here kind of walking around. I'm gonna do this video and upload it, but I'm gonna do another greenhouse chat. I'm gonna try to film that this evening. I need to go to Dollar Tree because Dollar Tree has some of these stackables, but they're smaller. They're about half the size, and I think they would be great for starting seeds in. These are going to get moved because they're getting a little brittle. The sun has taken their toll. I've had them for some years, and I got another stack over there, so I'm gonna have 3 stacks in the greenhouse. Um, and some of those I'm gonna, cause I got some holes where I had some walking onion that died and stuff like that. So those holes, I don't know what I'm gonna plant in them. Or I don't know if I'm gonna wait till my walking onions start walking and maybe transplant some of the walking onions in there, because that's really all I like to plant in those. I don't like to plant nothing else in there because the root systems, like when you do strawberries, the root system's too big. They get, it overgrows them. So, well, I guess you ain't gonna stop. You gonna keep on? Yeah, you keeping on. Okay. That was the neighbor's son when he was driving past. Anyway, y'all see the greens is looking good. I need to pick these greens. I've been getting the yellow leaves off and putting them in pots and buckets and things like that. Um, and, so they can break down. My little bok choy, and this over here is looking good. I think this is an extra dwarf bok choy. I don't think it's the full size bok choy, so that's why it ain't getting very big very fast. But if you look over there, that's putting on some nice size leaves. They're looking good. A lot of these beds, if you notice, they're not full to the top. I got some cocoa coir coming so that I can fill a lot of these beds up. These are pretty much, I mean, for the most part, full. They could be a little fuller. What I'm probably going to do is take worm casting and cocoa coir and just kind of top some of these off. Worm casting, cocoa coir, and yeah, top a lot of that stuff off. I may mix a few leaves in there. I want it to be kind of heavy on organic matter to draw in even more earthworms. I haven't seen many earthworms, but it is still cool/cold. Um, I didn't fluff this soil up, but y'all see my garlic and stuff all around the edge. All that stuff is growing, so don't be afraid to put your garlic down in the cold. I fluffed this soil up some. I'm going to add some soil to this. I really didn't see hardly any worms down in there. I think I want to plant some carrots right there. Around the base of that, that's a passion fruit. That passion fruit is probably fine. We're gonna see when it come back, see when when it warm up, if it come out in the spring. But I did fluff this up. I saw a lot of mycelium from mushrooms and stuff in there, from, well, fungi. See if y'all can see some of it right here. But some of this, I'm not really happy with the texture of it. But then you got spots like this that's super pretty. So I'm gonna try to mix this stuff up, which the mushrooms were breaking down. See how, I don't know if y'all can see how that, it kind of, what it did was I had pine straw in here, and then I think I also tried to grow mushrooms, and then I had worm chips in there too. The worm chips is the pretty stuff. That broke down really, really pretty and fluffy. And the other stuff where the pine straw was, it kind of clumped and caked together. Not the end of the world, but I just have to worry with that. I mix it together real good, and then that'll be that. This here, need to fill the rest of that with cocoa coir and plant me something in there. Y'all can see spring is on its way, honey, cause this mulberry is sure enough branching. I mean, well, budding out. So, I've been on Project Reclaim Leaf Reclamation. All on this driveway this morning. All this was full of leaves. You can see where it's still wet, because when you got leaves down, it never dries. I piled a lot of them down at the end down there. Let's go around here. I got all these out. It was leaves all in here, and I have a big pile, which are basically, when I pile them up, they turn into kitty litter boxes really quick. So that's a big pile. It's hard to see it, but pile's bigger than you think, and it's denser than you think. It's a little deceiving, but yeah. So all of that is gonna get. Here's another pile, but all of that is gonna go into the big pile. And when you see how big the big pile will probably end up being, it's probably gonna be ridiculous. But keep in mind when the worms eat it down, and then when they break down, they're gonna shrink considerably. None of the figs back here have leafed out. I think I'm gonna go ahead and cut those brown turkey cuttings, and maybe I'll show you how to take cuttings. It's not rocket science, but I can show you how to take cuttings when I take her cuttings. I'm just gonna go ahead and send them to her. I want to send her the cuttings before they leaf out. I think that would be the best thing to do. I'm trying to make sure I see where do I want to cut, because I don't want to cut somewhere that won't branch. Which really, I don't think I never really get much damage on my figs, to be honest. And I know these ones in the green pots, these big ones, they're gonna go in the I'm probably gonna take my cuttings from that tree, but they're gonna go in the ground very soon. I'm trying to think where do I want to cut this. This might be dead. No, it's not breaking, so it's probably not. I'm probably gonna take a cutting. You see how this is crossing? It's kind of really close to this. I'm probably just going to cut this whole branch, and that'll be 2 or 3 cuttings. I'm going to give her more than enough cuttings to make sure that they take. I am in some ants, honey. Jesus. Every time I see them now, too. Golly. They up under some leaves. That's ridiculous. Anyhow, I got something coming back. I think this is some kind of basil, and I don't want it. It's so little. I don't want to fool with it too much. But yeah, I think I got something coming back right there. You know how you pinch your little stuff and smell it? But it's so little, I don't want to kill it. So I don't want to pinch on it just yet. What is this growing? Clover. I saw some little green in there. There's some clover in there. Be fooled with that mess. Anyway, I don't have a lot going on over there. It's just I need to move those tires still, and I see a pot over there I need to move it to the greenhouse. And, I got some organizational things gonna happen in the greenhouse, but I know one thing: those vine and all those blackberries, tayberry, raspberry, all that's gonna come out of this greenhouse. It's gonna come out of there ASAP. And I'm gonna go ahead and get those in the ground. And my thought is, if they got a good amount of sun, I know they'll bloom. They'll fruit faster. Blueberries, blackberries, all that stuff, it will grow in the shade. But it just doesn't flower as readily. And it takes longer for your fruit to get ripe. Because the sun helps ripen it. So the longer it takes for it to get ripe. Garfield was in here this morning. He's gone. He's not in here. He was asleep over there on the frost cloths. I came in here this morning and I gave everything a little bit of water and checked on things in here, and everything pretty much looks okay. But like I said, once I get those mulberries in the ground, so that'll get rid of that stuff. All of this stuff in here, all of those, and then the pomegranate. I want those in the ground too. I feel like they'll grow better. And that will clear up some space in here. I can put the rest of my tires on each side. And then I'm going to put a work table in here. I think I'm going to put it, nope. I'm going to put it over on this side. But I need to like get me some halfway decent shelves to where some of these plants I can put up on shelves. But the little greenhouse that I had for years, y'all, that's going in here, and I'm going to stack some plants on it. Because just having it on the floor, baby, it's not enough space. But it's all good though. Because you got to do what you can do till you can do better. But I wanted to show y'all this here. Y'all see my pomegranate? Look at how it's coming in. And here's the other pomegranate. They look so healthy. They look so pretty now. I think they're so happy now that they're in those new pots. And then since the last time you saw the goji berry, look at how big the leaves are now. Look at that. And then I saw some blooms. And then these are the little pieces. Now this is a little piece I stuck in the ground, y'all. So we're going to see what he's going to do, because I promise you, all the leaves fell off, and I didn't even know that they took. I saw on here somewhere, and I'm not seeing it right now. Maybe it fell off. But I thought I saw on here somewhere. Let me look, maybe it's over here. There it is. Look at there. Y'all see that? It's getting ready to bloom. It's getting ready to flower. And now that This mulberry has leafed out real pretty. Look at that. You see the mulberry? And there's a mulberry. There's a mulberry. There's a mulberry. See even one up under there. Two up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I see 10 mulberries on this one. And they're just little bitty babies. When you get those cuttings, don't be surprised. They'll put mulberries on for you. I don't see any mulberries over there, but maybe their roots need to get a little stronger. I see one that the stick is kind of thick. That's another thing. When you take cuttings from a mulberry tree, if you take it from a thicker part like that that's already fruiting, more than likely it's gonna be fruiting. I don't see any mulberries on that though. But yeah, I may prune these a little, especially when they leaf out a little further. Look at my little fig. That's the one my homegirl sent me from Arizona. So those are and they're starting to leaf out too, y'all. So spring is on the way. Today is 72 today, I think. Here's my little red Brussels sprout. It's hanging on. It's got 2 true leaves now. And this is like some Chinese broccoli or something. And I saw one more germinated over here. But hell, I think I got cutworms or roly-polies or something in here that's biting off. But even if I just get 2, that'll be enough, to do what I need to do. Because those plants get fairly big. This is probably full of weeds. I probably need to pull all this out of here. Because it's all just these little native weeds. That's not onion, that's grass. I had some onions planted in here, so when I pull, I try to make sure I'm not pulling up the onions. I like to plant my onions in these flats because it's easy to come back in, get them, separate them, all that kind of stuff. Come here. Because you a noxious weed, and you a weed that I really don't like. But I'm going to get all those out of there. And then all this little broke up stuff. I believe this is dead, this part. No, it ain't. Shoot, that ain't dead. But something smell good, like some herbs. What are them? That ain't, wait a minute. Oh, no, it ain't. That ain't that stuff. I don't know what I done touched, y'all. Maybe it was that out there that I said I didn't know what it was. My hand kind of smelled like basil a little bit. But anyhow, y'all. But yeah, a lot of these here, I need to go to somewhere. I don't know if it's going to be Tractor Supply or where. But I need to go somewhere and get me I need to do my tree spray. I may do that today or tomorrow. Because it's going to be nice and warm, and it'll give time for that stuff to dry on that tree. On all of them. Anyhow, yeah, so I got some things coming, and I'm going to try my best to film some of that stuff so y'all have something to watch. I know a lot of gardeners aren't doing much because there's not much to do, but a lot of this is maintenance stuff. I still need to fool with those yams. I believe those ants are not in there anymore. And I need to get at that while they're not in there. Because what I'm going to do is that green container there on the ground, I'm going to stack that over there. I do believe. I'm going to stack that because the bottom is broken out of that. I saw that broken toad in here. What you going to do with that? The bottom's broke out so I can stack it over here. And when you water that, it'll water the rest of this. I had sweet potatoes down in here. And I could have that one, and then I could plant around it. Or rather the sweet potatoes. Y'all will see what I'm talking about later on in the season. But I'll take you along when I do decide to stack that. I don't think the root in the ground, the yam in the ground is very big. So I'm probably just going to stack it and not even really try to unearth it to see how big it is. I'm probably just going to leave it alone. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, I'll show you. I'll show you how I'm going to do it. I got some carrots. Don't know where I want to plant them. These I should have been filled up. Y'all, I finally ordered my coconut coir. So it's coming. But I should have been. It's only one really that's full. I may plant some carrots down there. That may be what I do, but you see how 2, 3, 4 inches. Then we'll show you what these ants did. These ants did that when it's rain. Look at there, how they built that up all on that side like that. And the other day when I hit this, look at them coming out. I got something for y'all though. I got something for y'all. Don't even worry about it. Y'all gonna get handled. Enjoy the sunshine, cause your life gonna come to an end. I assure you. I am the bug murderer. It's only a few bugs I have reverence for, and ants is not one of them. Cause they don't do nothing but bite me and make me swell and itch and holler. I ain't got time. So that's really, it's nothing really to show you in there. I need to harvest the rest of that turmeric. I haven't done so. So I need to harvest the rest of the turmeric. And there's nothing in there because I lost everything in there. Like I said, I thought the guava cheese were okay and they weren't. The pigeon pea I knew was not okay. But I may open that up because I'm sure it's warm in there. And I have some pigeon peas, but I got a bunch of different colors, y'all. So I got regular pigeon pea seeds. I got black pigeon peas. I got some brown peas. I got a bunch of different pigeon peas colors now. So I'm reinvigorated about these pigeon peas. And this go round, I'm going to do everything it takes, everything in me to take those pigeon peas and get them big enough and get them in the ground before winter so that they have the best opportunity to not get wiped out by the cold, or at least they'll be big enough to where they may get a little dieback, but it won't kill like the trunk of it or the branches. Like the leaves may come off, but it won't kill the whole plant, and they'll come back because we don't get just hard frost. It's just every now and again we get this mess where if your stuff is cold, it'll kill it. Well, if your stuff is little, not cold, if your stuff is little, it'll kill it. So I want to try to prevent that this go round. And along the side of the house, which I still have some, I may do some planting over there if I got maybe some shade tolerant stuff, or maybe if I think I want to keep my mulberries, maybe. Oh, that was a good idea now that I think about it. Look here, I'm so crazy, y'all. I'm gonna see, can I do this? Y'all see this magnolia tree? Y'all see all them babies over there? I'm sick of that. All them finna get cut out. I wonder can you root those little suckers? Cause I sure could sell them things. Cause these right here, they every bit of 12 foot tall. But then I may take those mulberries and plant them like a bush around a tree somewhere. You know what I'm saying? Make them like a bush around something. And I may keep them as bush form for a while. And I may let them grow to tree size, but I may keep them pruned to bush size for a while, because the more you prune them, the more they fruit. So that gooseberry has got to go in the ground. The roots have escaped the pot, and I've got to dig that and try to excavate some of those roots. And all of these pots, that one's got soil, but I'm gonna try to get that out of there, and I got to figure out where I'm gonna put that thorny ass gooseberry at. Gooseberries taste so good. If they didn't taste so good, I'd get rid of that thorny mess. I'm about sick of stuff that grow thorns. The blackberries that I have now. Oh, and let me tell y'all where I had my blackberries at down there, those canes down there. All that mess getting cut off. I ain't fooling with that over there. Those wild blackberries they taste all right. I could take a cutting, but they grow wild. I don't want them right there anymore. Because I got some changes coming on my property, because I got some news about that land next door. So, and I'll share that with y'all when I get further down the line with that. But y'all can see my little garlic and stuff, and I put some where I take my celery, where you get a heart of celery and you take those butts, and I planted those, and they're looking beautiful. And this is a whole carrot. The carrot itself didn't look all that hot, so I just stuck it in the dirt. And then I stuck some carrot tops in the dirt too. And a couple of them took. Some of the other ones took, but they died, I think, from the cold. All these peppers, I'm looking to see will they come back. Garfield's been out here digging. And you let me catch him doing this. I'm going to wear his little Heineken. I'm going to wear his Heineken out. If I catch him out here digging in my stuff. He's always doing something. Poor thing, he's so cute. He gets away with murder. But he may have to get murdered if he keep playing playing with me. He testing my patience. My sweet potatoes have not come up yet, which I'm not expecting them to. I'm not expecting them to come up till it get consistently 70 degrees at night. 70s, 80s in the day. But I got something coming up. I don't know what it is. Let me get up close up on it. The potato look like. Yeah, that's potato there. This little greens, it's trying to hold on. It done made a little branch. Look at that grasshopper. Bane of my existence. But yeah, y'all know I buried my sweet potatoes right there. So yeah, y'all, I don't have anything else really to share. I had some volunteer peas over here, and I actually had a couple of pea pods, and I just scattered them, and these peas will volunteer. It don't take much. This was a volunteer. It ain't looking too hot, and this one was too. I thought I had a third one in here, but maybe it died. They kind of sprang up kind of early. Look at that grass. The cats like to nibble on that. But yeah, even my rose bush is springing back to life with its thorny self. Like I had pruned a lot of it back when it got cold, and then I deadheaded. But I see a lot of dead in this thing. See all them gray limbs and stuff? I'm going to have to break all that out of there, cut all that out of there. Anyway, but yeah, I don't know nothing about roses, but I mean, I'm talking about, like, you know how these people have these rose gardens and they claim that roses is so, you got to do all this stuff to get them to do right. I don't know nothing about that. I deadhead them and that's it. I don't do nothing else. But I see so many places where they're budding out. So, I missed the spot. No, I didn't. It's cut off. But I did miss that one, and I missed that one. So I'll cut those. But yeah, y'all, that's the tour. And I got some elephant garlic coming up. And that's another thing. When you plant that elephant garlic, just know those smaller little corms that come off the side, they will germinate on you. Look at all them. How many is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So that was 9 of them in there. I saw another one over there. But just know that those small little buds, they break out and they will germinate. And if you pull them up and they still stuck to your garlic, break them off and plant them back down. Look at that dandelion. But yeah, you can kind of see I got garlic everywhere. My comfrey never did die down. Somebody asked me for comfrey. What I'm probably going to end up doing is just digging it up like that while it's small, because it don't look like it's going to die down. If it didn't die down before, it ain't going to do it. Because just like, look over here. There's still comfrey down in there. But yeah, so all right, y'all. Well, I appreciate you watching, and until next time, see you guys later.